Hey guys, I'm going out today and it's very hot in Hong Kong, so I want to show you my hot day daytime makeup. And this is like not very minimal as I would normally do. Like I would just do some concealer, some eyebrows, maybe a bit on the eye, maybe a bit of bronzer, but let's do the full kind of thing. I'm not, I'm wearing a top. So I like to start with a little bit of setting spray. And I already put, my skincare was sunscreen. That's it, just sunscreen. You don't need to overdo it, especially in hot, sweaty weather. This is just gonna prevent some of the oil from coming through and disrupting my makeup because I don't love using powder. I do this underneath instead, and powder on top will not stop your oils from coming through and messing with your makeup. It'll just mattify everything. So if you want to use powder, I suggest doing it before. I know it's a little bit weird, but trust me. There are also some serums that are like powders. Like there's a Farsali one, I have it. It's like a liquid powder. That's really good. I got the recommendation from Welsh. He's so good, guys. If you want like to know how to make your makeup last, watch his video because he has like the best tips. I'm gonna use something that's glowy skin-like, which is the Saie. I think it's a foundation, but it's basically a serum. So good. Okay, I got this from Yes Style because I really wanted to try it out. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do it the super lazy way, which is when people put it on their face. You know that's not me, guys. You know me. I don't do that stuff. Okay? And see how it works if I just do that. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. It looks so good on camera, I can't even lie. My skin's not that perfect in real life. Oh my gosh, I love this. And you know the reason I kind of like foundation the most rather than like the coverage and what it does to my skin is the way it looks like underneath other makeup. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I put base makeup on my like skin, it doesn't, like, I don't know, when you don't have the coverage and you put base makeup on that doesn't look super natural, it looks kind of strange. This is so cool, guys. Definitely get this. By the way, I have a Yes Style code. I'm in the middle of doing like, that was a lot. I'm in the middle of doing like collaborations with them on YouTube Shorts, which is so like insane to me. It's such a dream. But yeah, if you use the code SAR Super Spa, I believe, I'll double check that, put it in the description, you can get a little discount. I can't believe I'm saying that. That is so cool to me. I love Yes Style so much. It's basically where you get all your Asian products. Even living in Hong Kong, that's where I get all my like skincare, and I got this little makeup tool from it. I think I might do my video with this tool because it's so good. I don't put anything on my eyes until I have eye primer, because again, like I did with the setting spray, this will stop the oils from coming through and messing with my eyeshadow. And because my eyes have a lot of creases on them, anything I put on my eyes will crease if there's not something stopping the oils from coming through to interfere with the makeup. And this is the MAC Prep and Prime one. It's so old. I'm so embarrassed to admit how old it is. It's like my mom's from probably a decade ago now, but you know what? It works and I've had no problems with it, but I don't recommend doing that. But what I was saying about the base makeup is that it looks a lot like poorly done makeup on my skin if I don't have foundation underneath, unless it's like super natural looking and my skin is like looking really good that day. I think it's also because like I'm a hairy face, and I think that's part of it, because I don't have like terrible skin or anything. I mean, I have my days, but it's never like, I'm never really concerned about the way my skin looks. So I like to put a good amount, not a good amount, but like something that's on the base, whether it's CC cream, foundation, whatever, tint. I just think it looks a lot more put together and it gives the right vibe. That was a long explanation, but I hope it kind of made sense. One place that people always miss foundation, and it looks like obvious. Also, I like to make my skin look more tan, which is a big reason for my foundation. But right here, under the eyebrow, this is why I can't do my eyebrows first, because when I do my eyebrows, you can still see the skin peeking through the hairs, and that needs to match. If you do like a thicker brow look, I don't think you really need that, but also carving out the brows, because you have to work around them if you do the brows first, and then they just kind of looked carved out. So I always do brows after my face, and just make sure all the skin looks like it's the foundation shade. This is a really nice foundation. Here we go. Right here, I learned this from what's his name? I think it's Kev Akkor or something on TikTok. He's a really good makeup artist, and he said he can always tell when people are wearing foundation because they don't put it there. I don't want to be one of those people. A little bit on the ears. This looks so good. I wish you could see how it looks in real life. It looks even better. I'm really, really loving this foundation. It feels like nothing on the skin. And I thought it was so dark for me at first, and it's not. I'm a lot more tan in real life. This is kind of washing me out, but it's shade B342. Saie. Okay, now I'm using the Saie bronzer. This is not sponsored by anyone, by the way. But, you know, I love Saie. They're so good. And if I had the Saie concealer, I lost it last year because I left it at a photo shoot. I would be using Saie concealer as well, but I don't have it right now. This is their bronzer, and I love their bronzer because it has like a bit of a red tone to it, so it looks quite natural, because you know when you get sunburn, obviously it's red, and because this has a red tone to it, it looks so much more natural, like it's actually from the sun. Look at that. It looks so good. I feel like a lot of bronzers are more glam type, and they're very brown rather than like orangey, reddish, and you can like tell that's makeup on the skin, which is fine. That's just a different type of bronzer. But I love these type where these are the type I can kind of wear without foundation as well, because it looks like they're like a real sun bronze. It's so cute. So I just like to do it on my cheekbone. I don't like to place it too high because that makes it seem like my cheekbone is a lot higher than it is, therefore making my jaw a lot longer than it is, which I don't like. I don't like my jaw to like take up more space on my face. So I honestly, if anything, I like to place everything a little bit lower on my cheekbone, even though it's like a trend to place everything high. I think that's for a specific face type, as with anything. Yeah, I just like to do a little bit around the jaw. This is not contouring it, it's just warming it up. I kind of was contemplating in my mind, I was like, why do people put bronzer on the jaw? It looks good, but like why? Because, you know, it's usually places that hit the sun if you want it to look natural, but it does make sense because your jaw is kind of sticking out compared to like other parts of your face, especially if you have hollow cheeks. This is where the sun is going to hit, so it makes sense why bronzer goes on the jaw. I'm gonna do a little bit on the nose as well, and I'm just now gonna use my NYX Bear With Me, which is not too dissimilar from the Saie. I don't know. Well, you know, they're both like hydrating ones. And what I'm actually gonna do, I thought it, guys, there's another little puff. It's so cute. But first, I'm just gonna put this under my eyes. I like to look down rather than like this. Sorry you can't really see it, but it's because I like to avoid the crease under my eye. I used to always go so into the crease and like to the very lash line, because that's where my dark circles start, like high up, right? And then I would have to like really carefully put powder on, making sure there's no crease before I put the powder on and everything. And it would be good, it would be fine, but it would still have a little bit of that crease, and I would just be like, you know what, let me just try avoiding the crease altogether, and it works like a dream. Sometimes if I get it on the crease as well, what I'll do is take a tiny Q-tip. I learned this from Vincent something. He's also on TikTok and Instagram. Really good. Let me try to find these people I'm talking about, because you guys have to check them out. And he takes a tiny Q-tip and removes the concealer right from the crease, especially on like mature skin, and it works great. Maybe a little bit on here. Forget that stupid little pimple. Okay guys, look how cute this is. I see this all the time, again from Estelle. Oh my gosh, it's so incredibly soft. I wish you guys could understand. Oh my gosh. Anyway, on Chinese TikTok they have these. Let's see how it works. It's so good and cute. I'm obsessed. I've been like wanting to get my Real Technique sponge again, the fluffy one, the fuzzy one, which is meant for powder, but I love how it works to blend out my cream concealer. So I would always use it for concealer, and it would literally absorb less product than my fingers. Like, I don't know how. It was just magical. And I kind of missed that a little bit, but I was like, sponges are so dirty and I'm just so not bothered to clean them, and I don't want mold and stuff on my face. You know, I don't want to clean my beauty blender every like 2 days, which is what you're technically supposed to do. So I was like, I just kept skipping it. I kept using my brushes, which also can get dirty, but not as much as a beauty blender. But then I saw this and I was like, I have to get my fingers on it. My hands on it. Guys, it's so good. Can you see? Wait, how can I show you? Can you see? It's perfect. I think this is even better than that fuzzy sponge that I always rave about. Sticking to this. I know my reactions are not very exaggerated, but this is like, I'm obsessed with it. Like, I really love it. I just like, I'm not a big reactor. And I know I just used it for the first time. This reaction should be bigger. Just imagine I'm like overreacting. Like, this is the best thing I've ever used. It's really good. I love it. I'm going to use this e.l.f. one because it's a little bit brighter. I still love this. I've been using it for like 2 or 3 years now. Whenever it came out, I think I got it. And I really like, I have the Fenty one as well, but I find myself reaching for this when I'm not doing a glam look. I think I only use the Fenty when I'm going out, like for a night out. And I want it to be more seen, like look like I'm wearing concealer. But I just love these NARS and e.l.f. ones. I mean, NYX and e.l.f. ones that are natural. Just doing like a little basic contour. Sorry, you can't really see. Right here. Let's see how it blends out with this baby sponge. Are these even sponges? It feels like a sponge. But yeah, I was really hesitant to get the NYX Bear With Me because I like full coverage concealers. Not full coverage, but like, I have dark circles, even though you can't really see them right now. This light is very flattering, by the way. Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, that's not gonna work for me. It's not gonna be pigmented enough. And to be honest, it doesn't fully cover my dark circles, but it makes it. Oh my gosh, my phone is heating up that it's melting, like the blue tack that this is stuck on the mirror with. Whatever, please stay, phone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it was like good enough coverage that I loved like the look of it so much that I was like, I don't even care if you can see my dark circles. Like, I love the reflection and everything. And it reminds me of the Saie one, and the Saie one's kind of expensive, but I think I'm just gonna have to repurchase it because they send me their stuff. I've never bought anything from Saie, which is like kind of stupid because I love it. So you know what, I think it's time that I give back a little bit for the brand that's been sending me all this stuff. I love them so much. They're like one of the only brands that send me PR, so I'm coming for this Saie concealer soon. I'm keeping all my stuff back in the packaging so that they don't get like dirty. But look at this cute brush holder bag thing I got from Amazon because I hate like packing my brushes. I like travel a lot. I hate taking them out of the case that I'm using and into a smaller case, and this I can just like zip up. So easy because I usually keep them in a cup, which is bad as well because they collect dust so much, and this prevents the dust from collecting. It's just like I don't have to move everything and I don't have to worry about anything. I highly recommend getting one of these bags. Okay, I think I know why this works well on the under eyes. It doesn't do a lot of blending. I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see the marks right here. And I'm just gonna blend the edges out with my Real Techniques 210 brush. But you know, that's not a bad thing. I actually like that because I'm definitely gonna use that for under eyes, that little sponge. But when it comes to harsh lines, I think I'm gonna be using a brush. But I do genuinely like that because that means it doesn't overblend things, which is exactly what you would want for concealer, especially when you're not overdoing the amount. I feel like a lot of people use so much concealer. That's why people love sponges so much, because it soaks up the sheer amount of product they put on. Oh my gosh, I just realized my wax has been melting for like half an hour. Okay, I don't really want to add blush. Sometimes I just want a bronzy look. What I'm gonna do is take this Physicians Formula to do for the Hoola bronzer. I like this better, to be honest. Some people don't like it, I don't know why, but I love it. Just a little there. This is a specific shade, sun-kissed bronzer, and it's great. It's like a powder version of this Saie one that I just put on, and I'm gonna just go over, and I use this Morphe highlighter brush for the bronzer because it's so nice and tapered that it just fluffs everything out. You don't even need to like buff it. It just looks diffused already. I don't look as bronzed on camera, but I'm very bronzed in person, so I'm being careful with the amount that I'm using. I'm trying not to do this because it's gonna disrupt the foundation. But this is just, you know, locking in the cream bronzer and just adding a little bit of a different shade. And I want the bronzer to definitely be prominent because there's nothing else besides foundation and bronzer on my face. Uh-oh. I'm not even half done. My boyfriend's texting me. He probably wants to meet soon. This is my date makeup, by the way. Anyway, I'm gonna pretend like I don't see it. And dip into these little bronzish shades in the Tartlette and Bloom palette. And just very lightly go on outer V of my eye. You know, just to like add more definition because now my face is tan from the foundation. It's kind of blanking my eyes out a little bit. I'm gonna get a camera soon because the way this just does not pick up anything, like it looks fine, like I look okay, but this is not what I'm looking like. The pigment is like so washed out, like you cannot see anything. I'm looking very bronzy right now and it's just looking a little bit pale on camera. That's okay. I have a consumption voucher to spend. Okay, I want this to be a little bit more blown out, so I'm gonna do a little bit onto my brow bone. I'm just gonna pretend my nose is more tan than it is and go around the tip, not touching the middle of it. And it's not a contour, but it does a little bit of a similar thing because it looks like the tip is highlighted. Like it looks like my nose is tan, but the tip is like so like pointed that it's like hitting the sun. You know, it's an illusion. Yeah. I'm actually really liking how the little sponge blended out the middle of the nose contour because it didn't move around. It just looks like a little blended line here. You can't really see on camera. Let me see if I can. No. But yeah, you can still see where I placed the concealer and it hasn't moved, which is really nice. I've been dreading this part, but I have to do my eyebrows because my camera is set up in a way that I think I can do it on camera for once. I'm gonna try my best to actually show you guys how I do it for the first time. So this eyebrow is lower, the hairs grow this way, and it's more round. So what I like to do is draw the hairs upwards. Basically what I do is try to match the other brow. This is the NYX Brow Pen. And it kind of evens them out when each brow tries to match the other. The lighting is so hard to do it in, okay. And I'm not gonna be too precise with it because I know I'm just gonna ruin it if I do that. But yeah, I'm going on the top first. See how this is a bit higher and like it's more sharp, but I like make it rounded out the way I pluck it, but also you can't see the hairs on top. I draw these downwards and more to the side, so it just mimics the way the hairs go on the other side. I'm not going to be too fussed about making them perfect and even because it's not that type of look and I don't need to be putting that much effort in right now to make my brows perfect. And then I go to the bottom. This is lower, so I don't really go down low here. I just fill in the sparse bits. Like right here, I don't know if you can see, but my brow is quite sparse. Just gonna make it look a little more full. This, I want to go a little bit more low down so that it matches the second brow. This eyebrow is very irritating for me. The way it sits is like just annoying. So here I'm trying to round the tail out a little bit because it's more straight compared to the other brow. I find it really difficult to put the arch in the right place here. It looks like it's too far out all the time. And then it's just the way my brows grow. They kind of have like, this one especially has a cut in it. So if I wanted to make this thicker like this one is, I couldn't because there's just like right under here, hair doesn't grow and it never has. That's just how I was born. I don't know if I got injured or whatever. I don't think I did though. But like I just have to draw it thicker. Otherwise, if I want to make it, if I want to like grow it out, it'll be like way too thick and it'll still have a cut. And it's not even the thickness that I want. So I'd rather just keep it thin and fill it in. Don't know if that made sense, but I like to look down like this. And it really shows you the unevenness, especially of the tail. So it's easy for me to draw the second tail when I look down. And I just make it look less sparse. Oh, that did not just happen on my very last flick of the brow pen. What on earth? Okay. The way I'm speaking is so funny, I swear. Anyway, let's just not really focus on the brows right now. Because I literally lose my mind when I'm doing my brows. You don't even know. It's so bad. I think I need a second. It's really hot. No, come on. We're on our last step. I think I'm gonna curl my lashes. I don't curl my lashes that often because I like the way my lashes kind of grow outwards on the edges, and if I curl them, they go upwards instead, and it like changes the shape of my eye a little bit. And I always comb them before I curl them because then they get all like tangled up. Anyway, you guys know how I curl my lashes because you guys don't know. I literally filmed a video and I didn't post it because I don't know, I'm just like silly. And I film every video I make 2 to 3 times before I actually post it because I'm never happy with how it first turned out. This, Get Ready With Me, should be okay, but when I'm doing tutorials, oh my gosh, you don't even know. It's so bad, and I edit it and everything, and I'm like, no, this is not good enough. This is not what I wanted to say. I didn't convey it correctly. Like, I hate confusing people, and I'm not the best at explaining things when it's not like a little bit like pre-thought. I don't know how I do it in short videos on TikToks and people like just get it. It's weird, but when I'm doing it on YouTube, like I watch it back and I'm like, I missed so many things. Like I didn't say it the way I wanted to say it. Like my attitude is like not what I like. I don't want to come across this way, and then I refilm it and I refilm it and I refilm it. But that's why I'm so bad. I'm so sorry guys. I really don't post on here as much as I want to, but I'm just very particular about the content I put out. And even some of the stuff that I do put out I don't even like, but I know I have to kind of get over it sometimes. Anyway, that was the Uemura curler, and this is the Maybelline Sky High, and I'm glad it's like not in it. You know when a mascara is new and it's just like depositing like so much product? It just got over that phase, so I don't have to wipe it with a tissue anymore. And because of the bristles, it kind of brings a lot of the lashes together. You can see like a lot of my lashes are like coming together rather than like being fanned out like I prefer them. But sometimes I don't really mind. And this is in the shade True Brown, but like I wanted a brown one, but it's like basically black. And I like to get those outer corners. But yeah, I'll show you a proper mascara and curler tutorial soon, because this is not my actual routine. It's just a little bit of a slap it on, get the job done. It's funny because I'm doing my makeup as I'm like sweating so much. I don't even think I'll sweat this much throughout the day the way that I'm sweating right now, but it still looks fine. That's the setting spray. You know what? I think we can do another little layer. This is a great one. Sometimes like the old like staple products, they just, there's nothing to improve. So like, what do? You know, you just keep buying it. I always struggle with a brown lip, always. It's never what I like wanted in my head. But first, I don't usually regret using this NYX Sandstorm, which is like a contour shade for my lips. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Because you can't really go wrong when it's just like a contour shade. It just looks natural. And then I see I'm doing my double lip liner. If you want a tutorial, it's up. It's my most viewed video. It's my claim to fame. But yeah, it's pretty forgiving. And then I can decide what I want to do after this. I don't think I'm gonna do the concealer part of my lip line stuff because sometimes it's not necessary. And I'm just not bothered because sometimes the lipstick's just gonna get removed throughout the day anyway. And now I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Aquaphor to kind of blend the lip liner into my lips. And I always need my Aquaphor on my lips because my lips are dry. I don't know if you can see it. They're actually very dry and they need a lot of help. But this is the only product that is good for my sensitive lips. I've tried everything. Now I'm doing Collection Cosmetics. Name has rubbed off, but I think it's like chocolate or cappuccino or something. I'm just gonna do a little bit over everything, just to make my lips more brown than they are pink. I think that's it. Okay, imagine this but more bronzy, a little bit less oily looking. Very oily looking on camera. Yeah, just more saturation. That's how it looks in real life, and less like reflective. I don't know, it's kind of crazy on camera, but yeah, it's not too off to be honest, and it kind of matches my real tan, not as pale. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave my socials below. Everyone keeps asking me about my hair. I'm posting hair advice on Snapchat today. My Snapchat, all my socials are the same, Star Super Spa. I'm on like everything. I'm on Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter I don't post on, Facebook I'm on there too. Anything you want. TikTok is my biggest platform. Yeah, I have a lot of hair advice on my TikTok right now. I posted all the videos, so if you want to know about my hair, that's where it's gonna be. And I'll post a hair tutorial, like how I actually do it, on YouTube if you guys really want to see it. It's just really hard to film. But I'm gonna do it for you guys. You guys are the best. I love you so much. Thank you for watching.